There we are. Hang on. There we are. Now it should be working perfectly fine. Got a message that the sound wasn't working, which is a bit odd if you want to actually be heard somewhere. So, my friends, Monday again, Business Building Monday. This week, I'm going to tell you why, and I'm sorry to say, a lot of you are actually pricing your offers completely wrong. And there's a good reason for this. I actually wrote a post today, an article today, for those of you who don't know it. I blog every week and I put those on our blog at awakenentrepreneurshub.com/blog. You can actually go and find all of these things. I'm actually going to put here in the little chat box down here. Let's see if I can actually pull this off on the fly. Might look horrible. Oh, what a horrible link. I'll put that. I'll leave it up there if you want to type it in. But really, that's where you can go and check it out. Need to work on preparing this before next time. Either way, I wanted to talk about pricing for us coaches. Most of us, when we start out, we have an idea about how to price services, or we have no idea how to price our services. So today I wanted to shine a bit of focus on that and show you and share my thoughts on this. So let's jump over here. As I said, awakenentrepreneurshub.com, over the blog area here, it's where you can actually go down and see the articles. And today, as I said, pricing. If you want to read this article, you can do so, obviously, at your own leisure, at your own pace. But I'm going to scroll down and start with the first real myth, that I need to underprice services, or you need to underprice services to get traction in your business. I see this so often. We think that as we're starting out, even if we're in the beginning or even if we haven't started yet, we think in our mind that pricing is such an important piece. No one is going to buy from me, so I need to lower the prices, or I need to work completely for free to just get some tractions. And some of the big gurus out there, they say, yeah, you have to work for free. You just have to do this. And I totally disagree with that. I never think we should work for free. In no situation should we work for free. And if you listen to what they're actually saying, they actually don't mean work for free. What they mean is you don't have to charge money for a service. And that's exactly what I mean as well. But really, never underprice your services, because there's 2 or 3 really big downsides to this. One is that customers or clients get used to services being very low priced. The second part being, if you only value your services at this very low price or underprice yourself, it creeps in our mind that, hey, actually, I might not be worth more. And that will start to take effect. And it's also a very bad business idea in general to start competing on price alone. Because if you're competing on price, well, everyone is your competitor. That's the reality of it. And you are special. There's no one else like you. So I would never, ever, under any circumstance, do like that. I would never, ever, ever use pricing and underprice. Never, for no reason. The next myth here, I could never sell my services for this much. We have an idea that we have to underprice and then overdeliver. And I do think we have to overdeliver. We have to deliver a great service. But a lot of the time, we think we can't set a price we actually want for the services. I talk to people almost every week to say, no, I can't charge that much. People will never pay that. I've always charged whatever they charge for it. And at the end of the day, you might need to change clients. Because really, people aren't looking to buy your time. And this is a big moment for a lot of people. People aren't looking to buy your time. They are looking for a solution to a problem. And if we're providing people with a solution to any problem, then all of a sudden that's very interesting. But if we're providing a solution to a problem that is like, yeah, I might need to get that fixed, maybe not, maybe take that later, no one's going to care. So we have to be very particular about what we offer. And we have to look at this from the point of view of actually solving a very specific problem. And people will pay premium prices for that type of solution. Think of it this way. I have a client who helps people with alternative treatment to cancer. When people get the diagnosis, it's terminal, there's nothing we can do from the doctors or from the hospital. Some people go seek alternative solutions to this. And this person, he treats people with that type of cancer diagnosis. And what that does is, and this to me is mind-blowing, people fly in from all over the world to his practice to meet with him, to get help and support in getting well from their cancer. Not everyone does, obviously, but a lot of people, a surprising number of people, do actually get well. And he told me a story, a gentleman who flew in from Japan to his practice to get help. And he said, hey, I need help with this. This is the diagnosis. And they did all of this. And he said, how much is this? And he told him the price. And he said, well, or he actually didn't tell him his price. He said, the gentleman who flew in, he said, well, is 60,000 enough for this treatment? And I think there's a lesson in this. He charged somewhere in the vicinity of 10 to 15,000 for his services. This was back almost 20 years ago now. So prices were different. But in reality, what is it worth for you to get a new shot at life in that situation? This gentleman flew in from Japan to get cancer treatment. He had a stamp in his forehead, terminal, will die. This was his way to get a new shot of life, to actually see if he could make it through. How much is that worth? That's what I want you to think about. If you're solving a problem that is kind of nice to fix, why would anyone work with you right now? The reality is most people won't. So we need to solve a bigger problem. And that takes us to the number 3, which is we think we sell coaching by the hour. We talked about it already. We talked about the fact that if we sell coaching, not just from the point of solving something that people want to have solved, obviously, but if we look at it from an outcome, they want a solution to a specific problem. It doesn't make sense for us anymore to charge by the hour. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Instead, we should shift over and charge for that specific outcome. And that's why I think it's so important that you think this through. Think about what is the outcome that someone is looking for, meaning what is the problem they are facing, and then package your coaching solution together in that way so that what you offer is an outcome rather than the time. Because no one is looking to buy that time either way. If you're a personal trainer, no one is looking to pay you to look at you while you work out. No one is paying to have someone look at you while you work out. You want someone to help you get fit or lose weight or gain muscle faster than in any other way. That's really what people are looking for. They're looking for that outcome. If you want to learn more about this and go a bit more in depth, this is a good place to start. This article takes you through all of that. And I think it's a good place for us to start to have this conversation. Because pricing, my friend, is so incredibly wrong for most people. Selling coaching by the hour, selling consulting services by the hour, all of these things are completely unsustainable. There's no way for us to scale that. There's no way for us to get better, and we have no competitive edge. The reality is everyone is a competitor, especially if you think about this from the consulting world. If you're a consultant and you're charging $100, $150, $200, $400 an hour, find someone else who can do that cheaper And businesses do this all the time. I have a great friend of mine. He's probably one of the brightest, most experienced people in his field. And he charges almost double up from almost everyone else that does his type of work. The reality is he does the work that anyone needs help with in probably a sixth of the time that anyone else could solve it. Meaning that, yes, he charges much more, but he gets the job done much faster. And I've been on him for years. Stop selling time, start selling outcomes. He's a nice gentleman. He's been doing this for well over 40 years. He's not going to change for the last few years of his life. But for the rest of us, shifting over to actually having an outcome-based model, it's going to make the entire difference between having a sustainable and reliable business moving forward or having this on-off, on-off, on-off type of business that you might be struggling with. We don't want that. We want a reliable, sustainable, and predictable business. That's what we are all about. That's what I've been teaching for well over a decade, coached over 2,000 entrepreneurs just like you doing exactly this. That's what we want, that reliable and sustainable business that we know if I put in the Monopoly money coming out, 5,000 Monopoly money into it, I get 15,000 out, or I get 25,000 out. That's what we need to have. If we don't have that in our business, I would argue we don't have a business. We have a hobby. I'm not saying that to be mean to anyone, but we do need to have that reliable way to do it. And if you're looking to get that sorted for you, if you're looking to get some help and some support in how to do that, well, schedule a call, have a conversation around that. Here's my link. Set up a strategy call. Let's have a conversation. This is, by the way, not a sales call in any way, shape, or form. We might come up to a place where we want to talk about having a conversation around working together, but this is a way for me to work with you and help you strategize what is missing for you right now in your business. This is for the business side of things. For any one of you who is looking, maybe you're afraid, you're being held back by imposter syndrome, you're being held back by fear or anything else of that sort, here's Kesley's link. She's awesome. She can help you with that. These are things we do for free because we want to help you. I'm here to help you. I'm here to support you. That's the reality of this. That's why I'm doing this. And I think that's why you're doing what you're doing as well. You want to help and support people. So what better way than to come together and have these conversations? I think, at least to me, that is the best way we can do it. Schedule a conversation. Let's have a call. See if I can help or see if Kesley can't help you. At the end of the day, everyone wins if you win. That's what I wanted to talk to you about today. Really, if you haven't, go get the guide as well. I'm just dropping resources on you. Because at the end of the day, you need to get going. I talk to people every week. They're dreaming about getting the business set up. They're dreaming about having a reliable way to have an income for their business, to get things working, to create that dream life of theirs. Every week I talk to people. It's time. There's no way for us to just wait for that. There's no better time. You should have started 2 years ago. The next best time is now. Make sure to get started. Make sure to get going. And I also want to sneak peek, if you're watching still, in a few weeks, we're setting up a new workshop, completely free for all of you members in here. Come join us. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe, drop a link, drop a comment, ask questions. We're here to help. And I look forward to seeing you next time. My name is Joel, and I wish you a fantastic